MAME phase.
Ooh, where am I? I appear to be invisible. I might have to fix this. Okay, there we go. I'm now here. Right, so no silly voices this time. Yes, this stream is going to be about the Dragon 32 computer, which is a Welch computer that is pretty much like the Tandy Coco, actually. It's based off the same Motorola reference design, but obviously it was for the power regions over here rather than the NTSC. And we had our own bunch of software as well as a load of Coco conversions. So during the intro, I've been playing with FaceMaker, and you can see the beautiful character I've created down there, who I have called Brit. Now, I don't know why I call this character Brit, but this is Brit. Say hello to Brit, everybody, and I will say hello to everybody in the chat. We've got a Carlo. I'm sure we had an Aussie guy. Yes, we've got Aussie guy. We've got Edson. We've got Melody. We've got my partner Evie. We've got the Ogre. We've got Moburn. We've got Smedis. We've got Bob Loblaw, and we've got Johnny Bond and Mr. Outer Heaven. So welcome to you all. Now this is probably going to be a bit of a different stream because I know most people come here expecting action-packed arcade games and flashy graphics, and the Dragon's not really going to have much in the way of that, but it does have some interesting software worth looking at. And so, yeah, we'll be looking at some of it. I've been quite impressed by some of it, actually. I've never tried most of it before, but I was trying some of it just to make sure it worked, really, know how to load it and how to roughly play it, because, yeah, I've never really used the Dragon before, so this is kind of something I'll be calling New in November. I don't know if I'll be doing other New in November streams, but for me, this is a relatively new platform to be looking at, and, you know, it was made in Wales, so not too far away from here. Anyway, so we've got Brit. Now, I want to introduce you to something. Right, quickly, let me do something before. And again, this is where preparation would have been handy. But hold on. There we go. Right, so I'm going to pretend we've got a bunch of virtual guests on this stream. And somebody has subscribed and my layer ordering is incorrect, so I can't see who it is. But whoever has subscribed, thank you for subscribing, and I will try and find out who it was later, because again, my planning here is not great. But anyway, guest one is going to be, and you'll never guess this, is going to be good old Brit. So here we go. Guess one is Brit. So right. And Brit is going to recommend some games to us. So let's see. The voice has gone. Well, Brit's first game recommendation. What are you going to recommend then, Brit? What game shall we be looking at? You're British. Oh, we're going to go with Tea Time. That is a British sounding game, isn't it? So, yes, I think we're going to be looking at Tea Time. So let me switch to my horizontal view and try and load that one up. Now, this is apparently a fixed version of the game. I don't quite know what was broken to be fixed, but let's load it up. And we have to type exec on this one. And catch the tea drops. So, has anybody in the chat used a dragon before? Anyway, so we're catching the tea drops of tea. So this is about as British as you could get, I imagine. And we will start on level 1 and press the enter key to start. So we move around this teapot, and yes, we collect the tea. And apparently we can tip some of it down there, I think. Or not yet, I don't know. With this, let's collect some tea. Now it has to go into the middle of the pot. No missing your tea. Apparently the water empties the tea, or maybe costs me a life. I'm not entirely sure. Oh yeah, I can tip it down there. So there you go. Now, one thing about the Coco is it does use analog sticks, an analog joystick, which doesn't map very well all the time to a PC, which is slightly annoying. But we'll do our best with it. We'll do our best. A British themed kaboom. Yes, it's a very British kaboom. Does that cost me a life, or does that just empty my teapot? I don't know. I swear I could go down here and refill this before. Yeah, I can. I just have to do it the right way, apparently. I'm not sure what the right way is. But there we go, you see. So on the first level, I believe I have to collect 30 lots of tea, 30 drips of tea, but yeah, I seem to be having trouble emptying it right now. Maybe that is my control setup here. Or maybe I can only empty when it's full. There we go. So now I don't know what I'm avoiding, but they do not belong in the teapot. Yes, there are many games with the green screen, unfortunately. Basically, for the most part, these Dragon games are going to offer either green screen, a white screen, or black and white. Some games have more colourful options. A lot of the ports from the Coco, unfortunately, only offer those three options, though. It's just kind of some of the modes the machine had available, I think. Yes, I mean, I thought there was sugar, but maybe not. So now what's our challenge? Our challenge on screen 2 is... it's gone all Chuckie egg on us, hasn't it? Looks like, well, that was the best so far. So we'll have another go at this. We are not quitters here. We can start on screen 2 instead of screen 1. Okay, that makes it easier. I could have started on the screen we failed on. Yes, on a flickering CRT, even better, isn't it, Johnny? You see, I thought there were sugar cubes, but they're clearly not. And now the teapot's quite broken. An entire generation now wear glasses. Is there a high proportion of people in Wales wearing glasses? That's actually quite a tricky screen. You press the button and it tries to move you immediately. So we'll try this again. We'll start on screen 3 this time. Oh, screen 3 is not the same as the one I was doing. Okay. Apparently that wasn't screen 3. I don't know. So I don't know how we tipped the T out there, but now I'm avoiding other things like this hammer. Oh, there we go. Let's top that up. Sometimes I think you have to go diagonally. Diagonally is a bit tricky because one of the things with the analog joystick on the Dragon itself is the limiter is sort of square, so you can move to the full diagonals. And whereas on this, you can't, because I'm using a pad which has a rounded limiter, an Xbox pad. So yeah, it's a bit tricky, a bit of an awkward mapping. I think the sound chip is just single channel beeper type sound like the Spectrum, Bob. Don't think it's got any dedicated sound hardware. So any sound coming out of this thing is quite impressive. And we will see some games which really don't attempt to do anything sound like. So you see, I've got the hang of it now. You use the diagonals down there, and you're okay. You can pour the tea away so it doesn't get too full. It's sort of got a Game and Watch style feel to it, with the whole juggling of how full you can make the teapot before you have to pour the tea away. But obviously with a proper movement of the graphics. But yes, I did think I would open with a very British game. Now, I don't know how many guests or games we'll get through. I'm giving each guest a choice of 5 games, and these are predetermined because I asked the guests beforehand to pick some games. So I don't think Crusader is on the list. This might be the first of a number of Dragon-related streams. But anyway, this... Is it NSM? Let me have a look. Apparently, I've lost the key. Oh well, let's force kill it, because apparently the keyboard has stopped responding. That's clever. Right. So... let's go back to our guest panel. Let's see the guest room. So, choice number 1 was Tea Time. What is your second choice then, Britt? Have you got another game lined up for us? I think you have. So, let's have a look. Now, this also means we get to look at the title page. Ah yes, Moon Cresta. Moon Cresta did get a port quite late in the life of the Dragon. And that appears to be the second choice for our guest Brit up here. So Moon Cresta by, who's it by? Incentive Software. There you go. They did the official port of Moon Cresta to the Dragon. So, shall we bring that up? Shall we switch back to our view and bring up a bit of Moon Cresta? If I run window, let's see what happens. The information. It's just DACs according to that, so no SN chip. The Dragon computers had a very small market in the US. I mean, it's basically the same thing as the Tandy, Mr. Outer Heaven, so I'm not sure why anybody would have bought a Dragon in the US. So Moon Cresta with a nice black and white title screen, Incentive Software. And here we go. We've got arcade style presentation. Yes, the company doing the Dragon stuff didn't really last long, did they, Aussie guy? I mean, Dragon Data formed in 82 and went out of business in 84, as you say. Then sort of the Spectrum. I mean, it came out the same year as the Spectrum, the Dragon 32, and the Spectrum is obviously a more capable machine. So what are we doing here? I've got cables everywhere. Right, I don't know if I selected keyboard or joystick here, but anyway, so it's nice and fast and smooth. It is in black and white, this one. So there we go. See, it looks and it plays like Moon Cresta. Not very colourful, unfortunately, which is a shame, because one of the nice things about Moon Cresta is it's a very colourful game. You've got your starfield, you've got enemies in all sorts of different colours, and it's kind of attractive. It's like having little flowers flying around before, you know, the game Flower came out. Here, yeah, it's lost all that colour, but the gameplay is actually intact. It's, you know, it's smooth, it plays well. I've played so many ports of things like Moon Cresta where the animation's just been really rough and jerky. Here you've got something that actually is not too bad to play. Just not much of a looker. So we've even got the docking sequence, you see. So this is an official licensed port. It's actually one of the later titles to come out for the Dragon. I think this was about 88. When there was very little other software coming out for the Dragon. But there we go. The second part of the ship, which fires the double bullets, which seem to alternate with the main ones. Said 86. Okay, maybe it's 86 then. Still quite late for the Dragon. I think by 86 there wasn't much coming out. There were a few titles later than that, but not much. Your vanishing ships are always annoying. Dragon Data did make an MSX1, but didn't make it to market. I guess it would have been a bit confusing, and there was plenty of MSX machines already. I'm not sure there was a shortage of MSX machines in this world. I don't like invisible ships. But, you know, altogether, this is actually an alright port of Moon Cresta. I played it a little bit earlier, so, you know, it's not 100% new to me, but until, I think, yesterday, I hadn't actually played this one. It was not on my radar. Got a little asteroid section as well, and it appears to have defeated me. All the incentive Moon Cresta ports were 86. That would make sense if that's when they had the license and that's when they were doing them. But, so it's probably quite lucky the Dragon got this, really, because most companies had moved on. I don't know if this was also released on the Coco, but this is one of the ones that remained in Europe. Quite often these ones that are black and white seem to look better, because this is clearly not designed for the aliasing modes on, you know, the NTSC aliasing that the US machines have on NTSC displays. You've got nice clear pixels and well-defined graphics in black and white here. So it looks like it was designed primarily with proper representation of the black and white image in mind. The enemy ship pattern seems wrong. Yeah, there are probably some compromises being made, not least to fit it on a horizontal screen. I mean, Cresta itself is a vertical game, so there's more vertical real estate. Whereas here, you've got to squeeze it onto a horizontal screen. Hey Roberto, welcome. I hope you're doing well. And also, hey Nigel. Yes, I didn't say hello, but you are welcome here. It's good to see you. So we're not going to spend too long on any one game unless they're especially interesting. So we had a look at Cresta, and yeah, I think it's a good port. It's a good one to show the Dragon off in terms of, you know, a monochrome game that has the playability. Yeah, it's been a while since I've played Cresta properly too, Cow. So yeah, 86 down there by John Martin. So yeah, so 88 was a bit out when I said 88, but anyway, so Cresta, yeah, it's all right. So I think let's go back to the guest room. You got another one for us, Britt? Let's have a look. Ooh. What you get? So, Starman Jones by Blaby Computer Games. Is that the next suggestion from Britt? Okay, so let's minimise that there. But let's go back to our other window and have a look at Starman Jones. Don't see Cresta in the Coco software list. Maybe it didn't make it to the Coco then. It wouldn't surprise me. It's one of the interesting things. There are a lot of ports, but there does seem to be a fair bit of original software that only came out for the Dragon machines. And that tends to be the stuff that looks better, where it's not just being lazily converted. So, anyway, got a loading screen for Starman Jones by PJ Gardner. We've got a bit of music. So, now, I did give this one a spin earlier, and this is one of the ones where you really notice you can't play it on an Xbox pad because you don't have the full diagonals on the analog sticks. But you can play it quite happily on a regular keyboard if you set the analog to maximum. So you see I can do the diagonals quite easily. I'm playing on keyboard now. But you try and do this on a pad, you really can't do it. Because you need a stick that lets you go into the corners, and you know, the analog sticks you get on Xbox pads you can't, because they have the circular motion. So clearly this is a little bit like a Defender style, although they don't seem to be defending anything. So is there a game on the Spectrum that's similar? Is it crosswise? It's quite similar. Now you can only fire when you're actually moving sideways, so you have to be sort of, you know, heading towards them, going towards them to fire at them, which makes it a bit trickier than just sitting around still. Starman Defender Jones. Yes, Johnny Bond. But yeah, just say don't try and play this on an Xbox pad, which is what I did at first. It's even got your nice particle effects like Defender. Again, it's in two colours, and I think this is another one that was only released over here rather than being one that's also on the Coco. Because look, if you look at the graphics there, again, well defined, black and white. You wouldn't want aliasing on them. But it's alright. So you can hold the fire button. I don't know if there's a reason to not do that. Well, I think the death animations kill you too. I'm assuming there are going to be multiple waves, although I could be wrong. Why didn't you give me that helicopter down there? That would have made things easier. I can only see two on the radar now. Oh no, there's still more spawning. Now, Starman Jones did appear in a few other games, which we may look at later if they get suggested by my imaginary guests. This is, I think this is probably the original one, because it's the one that's just called Starman Jones. But again, it's it's a fairly decent piece of arcade action. We'll give it another try. It may just be exactly this simple. Hey Gangrel, I did die. I died many times. I will die lots of times on these streams. I mean, the ogre did kindly count the number of times I died on the first Halloween stream. We just used the D-pad. Yeah, you could probably map it to the D-pad too. Like I say, I mapped it to the keyboard in this case, but I'm not fond of the Xbox D-pads, to be honest. I find them to always go in directions I don't want. So we'll see. We'll give it. We'll play out these lives, and then maybe move on to another game, because we've got quite a lot of games I wanted to have a quick look at. So we can't spend too long on any one game. Plus, I kind of figure with a lot of these, once you've seen a little bit of them, you've probably seen exactly all they have to offer. It becomes all about, you know, getting high scores, improving your play, not necessarily the game changing much. Though if I'm wrong with any of them, I'd love to be corrected so that I can revisit some maybe. The Elite D-pad, yeah, I don't have an Elite, I just have a standard Xbox pad. Well, Xbox One pad. I've got some PS4 pads too, but they're a bit awkward to use at times. Oh, I've been killed by the explosion again. So there we go. I failed to even get a high score. The Switch Pro controller is surprisingly good. That doesn't actually surprise me that much. Nintendo are known for their D-pads. I mean, it's an Xbox One pad I've got. But I'm not that fond of it. Anyway, so this was Starman Jones. A nice little tune. But yeah, sort of a defender-style shooter where you're not really defending much. Anyway, back to the guest room. And we'll have to ask Brit, what is up next? What is up next, Brit? What is up next? And Brit says, we have Screaming Abdabs, okay, by A&F Software. Never heard of this one, but it appears to have eggs, beers, strawberry. That's an odd selection of things on the box there. I'm not sure what to expect from this one. Let's move you out the way. So, Screaming Abdab. What a strange game name. Let's change back to our view. Screaming Mashes. This could be anything. Yes, this really could be anything. Let's just run in windowed mode. Now, most games load with C load M. Oh, it's got a flashy cursor while it loads. Fancy. So, the Screaming Abdabs. Now it's starting to sound like a band. Okay. Arrow keys or joystick are. Look down. Oh. Looks like it's a Manic Miner clone. Okay. Press jump to start. I press something. Okay, up is jump. Okay, can't pick up a key. Can I get an apple? I can. So, yes, we have I'm dead. Old slang term for anxiety panic attack. I was not aware of that. I guess it's no longer really in use because I've definitely never heard it in my lifetime. No music this time, just some basic sound effects. So, I mean, we do see some of the things on the title screen. You've got your little screw up there. You've got your beer. You've got your strawberries. You've got an egg. Oh, that conveyor belt is fast. That is a little faster than Manic Miner. So I'm going to stay here. Out the way. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Don't get killed by the beach ball. Yeah, okay. Pardon me. The beach ball is my nemesis. I'm assuming the seaweed... Well, the seaweed already killed me, didn't it? Well, that was good. It was also an early name used by the band Pink Floyd. Ah, didn't know that either, Z9K9. So it is facts. I wonder which one they were going for then. Or maybe just both. The fact they put the in the title maybe suggests that they were going for the Pink Floyd thing. Right, I know what happens here. So, jump too early. Am I going to complete the first screen? It's one of those games where they've just made the first screen rather difficult. And I'm not sure why. Pixel perfect jump when you're on a super fast conveyor belt. Okay. You'll see if I can get to the third platform. Not if I'm going to concentrate. This one does just play on keyboard on the cursor keys. Again, I'm guessing this would not have been on the Coco because it's another one with proper high-res black and white graphics. I got to the platform. Can I jump? I can jump up there. Okay, that's not a problem. Right. I think I know how this is going to go. This level is evil. This is like the first level. I think whoever made this game must have completed Manic Mine and went, that's far too easy. We need something much, much more challenging. So I have to time this jump while watching that ball so I can jump over or under that ball without that ball getting me the instant I land. Okay. The top of the screen kills you. You can't collect the key yet. I think you have to collect the key last. Either the top of the screen killed me or the energy bar killed me. See, you get a nice colourful screen here. Let's see, the Coco, the dragon, can output some nice colourful graphics in certain modes, just not ones that are typically used for the games. Let's give this one more try and see if I can actually get to the top. I can jump through the key right now. I think the key might be the exit or something, but it's one of those games where you start to get really nervous about every jump you make too. Yeah, the top of the screen killed me. I didn't expect the top of the screen to be quite so dangerous. There's no spikes up there. There's just a nice energy bar. This is still a horrible jump. Timing both these things. Nope. I'm not going to make this screen. I think we're going to move on very, very shortly. If anybody... Oh, that was stupid. Maybe I should be using save states. No, forget it. Forget it. Right, that game is too hard. That game is too hard. I am a coward indeed. I mean, the animations are really nice. In fact, the game is probably not bad. I'm just really bad at it, and I don't want to break things. I may end up being called a coward later too. We'll see. So, somebody did hint at me that one of the games calls you a coward, but I don't know. Right. So, Brit. Do you have another game for me? Of course you do. Of course you do. Now, let's have a look at what it is then. You want me to play The King, which is Barrels of Fun. I think I can guess what this might be. From Tom Mix? Oh, what you're telling me, Brit? This was originally released as Donkey King, and then rename to the King. And this one is on the Coco too. Okay, so I guess Nintendo weren't too happy. Makes sense. So this is the King. So yes, it's clearly going to be Donkey Kong, isn't it? No, Donkey Kong, I think, Bob. Because apparently it was also released as Donkey King. So let's see if it's any good. Yeah, I think you get a bunch of colour options, just not very good colours, because you get a lot of these Coco ports will give you black and white or a sort of white background that calls buff or green. So if this is a Coco port, I'm guessing it's going to do that. So Microdeal in 83. So normal or slow speed? Normal. Yeah, black, buff or green. So shall we risk green? I don't think we need instructions. Tom Mix Software presents. All that Eljoy's Tetris makes use of the good use of the PAL colour blend. Not sure anybody. I'm not sure Tetris has been previously suggested, so I've not got it on my initial lists. One player, practice game. No, we don't need to practice. Oh, straight into the game. I'm assuming it's going to be pad. Authentic kind of music. Okay. Mario-like character. Walks along and climbs up ladder. Oh, the fire's coming straight for us. Sound effects are pretty authentic. It's not messing around in terms of sending these barrels down. They have quite good barrel movement too. Not quite as you'd expect at the edges, but not bad. This fire is really in my way. Come on. Uh-oh. No. How far up can you climb? I'm pretty sure that's not what the original says. This is one of the best games on the system. I mean, it's clearly a Coco port, and it shows, but it does seem to be a good implementation of Donkey Kong, from what I can see. Yeah, for when was this? 83? Was it 82? Can't remember now. I think it was 83, wasn't it? Yeah, this is unlicensed. It was originally released as Donkey King, and then re-released as the King. So I guess either they wanted to preemptively avoid action from Nintendo by calling it something else, or Nintendo would no, can't call it that. We've got that whole funny thing with the Nintendo not owning the Donkey Kong code in the first place. So it clearly has more rounds, if I can get to them. How do I start another game? One player. Practice game. Yes! Downland is probably one of the best Coco games. Yeah, Downland is a good Coco. I played that on the Coco. There will be a few other Coco ports in this. Although I do really want to look at games that weren't on the Coco more so than ones that were, because there were a lot of really good Coco ports. There were a lot of really good games on the Coco, but the Dragon was its own thing with its own games, and it kind of makes more sense to look at some of those. Now, can I reach level 2? I swear this is much harder than the actual Donkey Kong. There's an arcade bootleg of Crazy Kong, Donkey Kong called Donkey King. Yeah, I think any variation of Donkey Kong, Monkey King, Crazy, any combination is usually used with Big Kong, isn't there? All these little word swaps. When you know exactly what the game is. Come on, I'm getting up there. No! blue fire got me. Now I'm sure on a Coco the colours will be better here. Yeah, backtrack is definitely one we'll be looking at later, Curtis. That is a must look at. Right. But yes, this is the 5th pick of our first guest, Brett. And you know what that means? When I'm done here, we have to create a new guest. I don't think you're going to... I think practice is infinite lives, but I don't think we're going to see any other screens. But yeah, I may end up splitting this into 2 streams with the first half of the games this time and the second half next time. Because they do take a little while to play. Alright, we're not going to see the second screen on Donkey Kong. Because I'm terrible at it, because it's clearly much harder than the arcade version. 12 lives. Your high scores don't count. Hey Jose Martinez, hope you're doing well. Good to see you. And also anybody else that's joined, say Curtis, hello to you too. And Pirate Gamer Boy, welcome. And Costado, welcome. And Mick McElrack, welcome too. So yes, that was the 5th game from our first guest. So what we're going to be doing for our guests is creating them. So my name is... Yeah, this probably is quite slow paced. The guest is, I believe, also male. Don't know yet. This is guest 2. They can be... No, they can be dark. We can have a dark guest. Guest is dark. The guest's eyes are large. They are sleepy. Okay. They are thin. And straight. Okay. It is long. It is fine. Round. Okay. It's large. I do have Return of the Beast. Yes, we'll be looking at Return of the Beast, Curtis. They are happy. And thick. No, I don't. Otherwise I wouldn't think about the guest. Is the guest bald? No, the guest is not bald. Medium. Oh, medium length. Just to be awkward. Is it straight? It is wavy. Do you want to see ears? Yes, definitely. They are small. Okay. Chin. Yes. No. No. Yes, you can wear some earrings. 1. Left. Large. Guess that. No. It's finished. No. No. So, right, this is our second guest. Right, now we go to the guest room. And yes, I'm going to do this for every single guest. So, we'll see who we create. And how awful they look. So, guest 1. Hold on a second. There we go. Just getting our guests ready, doing their last minute makeup. And maybe I should have prepared these earlier, but anyway. Let's change our guest to guest 2. Now, what is guest 2's name? Guest 2. Guest 2, what is your name, guest 2? Your name is Move-In. Okay, Move-In. That's an interesting name. How did you get that name, Move-In? Oh, your mother was a cow. Okay, interesting story. But I'm moving on. What's your first game suggestion then, Move-In? Speed Racer, because it's the closest we're going to get to Final Lap. Okay. And Speed Racer runs on the Final Lap R driver, and I need to fix it in MAME. Well, we can play the Dragon Speed Racer. I'm assuming that's what you mean, not the Namco Speed Racer. So we can have a look at the Dragon Speed Racer. So let's do that. Off, Carlo. Take care. More realistic than your average Dark Souls character. Right, so Move-In's suggestion is Speed Racer. Now, I think I've actually played this one on stream before, but on the Coco. Did I do this wrong? Is this a C load? There we go. I must have typed C load, not C load M. You did hear that Move-In's mother was a cow. So I don't know if you know Move-In's mother, but Move-In's mother was a cow. Right, we're going to play Speed Racer with black and white. The author did the entire thing by hand, no assembler, by poking things in. That is quite a way of programming it, Curtis. Quite a way indeed. So we can select our track. And this has got some lovely animations. I did play this one on the Coco, where we had some colour, but it still translates really well to the Dragon, actually. And the black and white mode doesn't look bad. Obviously you can see, you know, the patterns, the dithering patterns where it's meant to show the artifacting, but typical Move-In. I'm sure somebody put Move-In up to making me play a racing game. Yeah, Cornwall. I mean, Microdeal from Cornwall. I think they must have imported a lot of Coco games and just reworked them, because 90% of what I see with Microdeal on is a Coco port. But let's say there were some good Coco games, this one included. Now, of course, I could do a better job of playing it. I did really well earlier, but I wasn't trying to talk at the same time. But yeah, I do really like the animation of this on this one. A lot of attention to detail. The sound is a bit rough, but there's a really good sense of speed. Oh, I just realised I forgot to bring the box art up for this, didn't I? I'll have to do that in a moment. The miles counter should go a lot faster. It probably should. It is not pole position cow. It is Speed Racer, which is not related to the animation. Yes, this is actually pretty good racing game. Much better than Final Lap. It is quite impressive, isn't it, Colin? So yeah, I would have been quite happy with this at home, I think. Ooh, I am number 1 apparently. Let's see how much longer I last though. Namco, yeah, the 6809 wasn't an unpopular processor. I don't think it was quite as widely used as the 6502 stuff, but it's still a popular processor. So there we go. So I think you've got to pass a certain number of cars each lap in order to not fail, and that's what the meter at the bottom is and the target. It's actually not the most difficult game once you get into it. Yeah, Defender, Joust, Sinister Weapon. Okay, so yeah, Speed Racer, definitely, I mean, it's a Coco port, I've played it before, so I'm not going to spend too long on it, but yeah, that's not a bad choice from our move in, but yeah, I did forget to bring the box art up, so if we just hold on. Speed Racer, there's your little box art there, so quite good looking box art, isn't it, for Speed Racer? So, what next then, move in? Well, you're telling me there's another racing game you want me to look at, but you don't have a proper picture of the box. Okay, it's called Formula 1, and it came on floppy disk. Okay, so that's your floppy disk, is it? Okay, I'm pretty sure we can load up some floppy disk games. I'm pretty sure that's possible. So let's give that a go. I've got windows all over the place. Yeah, the dragon box art I've seen is pretty good. Apart from the ones that are just like the Welsh Dragon logo, the ones that are properly drawn all look pretty good. So, directory listing. There's a race and there's a design. I think we want the race. The Pokey was often used for protection, Carlo, on many Atari arcades at least. So, okay, Formula 1, enter the name of player 2. Use a computer track. I guess no would be a loaded track. So this looks like it's probably 2-player only. No, we don't want to go to Brazil. I don't know how many tracks there are. I can press no a few times. This is reminding me a lot. We'll go with Mola, yeah. This is reminding me a lot of a game I had on the Amstrad. In fact, this looks practically identical to a game called Scalextric, which also included a course editor. Is this just a port of Scalextric? Not much sound. Oh, okay, yeah, it's 2-player only. Oh, okay, this is a bit more primitive, I think. Although if you want to race a friend, I guess this is alright. You've got 240 miles an hour. It's got a nice little rose scroll type effect on the track, but decent high resolution graphics, but a bit plain. Bit plain moving. Yeah, it looks like it's like the split screen final lap on the NES and PC Engine, isn't it? But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just the Scalextric game I had on the CPC. The graphics look the same to me. Very similar. If there was net play, you could play yourself, Cow, but unfortunately I'm going to have to just pretend I'm racing against somebody. Can't seem to crash into the side, so just slow down. Looks like Pit Stops 2 for the C64. Maybe the same, I don't know, would it be the same programs? Maybe they just ported it to different platforms, or if they were inspired by it. I don't know. But I suppose the main appeal of this would be the track editor making your own tracks. At least that was the only reason I played scale X on the Amstrad, and then I was always kind of disappointed that you could cross the track pieces over, but you never saw a bridge or an intersection. It's just like they just went in that direction. It wasn't a real crossover. But I did spend far more time playing that than I should really admit to. But this, yeah, it's pretty simple. We're going to see the other car if we lap them. Can't be far behind now. There's a map. Or do we not even see them? I don't know. Oh. Bad luck pays well done, cow. I think I crashed into the back of the cow. So there we go. Right, back to the guest room. Do you have any non-racing games to suggest moving? Because, you know, I don't want to play a racing game. You know, you watch many of my streams with Cow, I'm sure. I'm sure you know Cow. And you probably watch my streams together, don't you? I think that's why you're the guest here. So, any arcade games? Anything arcade-like? Come on, give me a suggestion. Oh, what's this one? Talking Android Attack. Ooh, fancy. Fancy. Another Microdeal one, so I'm assuming this is going to be another Coco port, but Talking Android Attack, that sounds pretty good. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at it moving. You won, Cow. Yes. Berserk with a lisp. Oh, perfect. I guess I'll go with black and white. Oh, my name is skill level 6. Oh, okay, yeah, it looks like Berserk. I can pick that up, okay, but the enemy is not dying. Well, let's just leave. Oh, yeah, I am definitely a coward. You can, yeah, I can duck. How do you jump? I can see how to duck. And yeah, I seem to collect this. So, the enemy is respawned as a ghost. Maybe I should have selected the green screen colour, something like this. That it doesn't quite look right with the black and white art, does it? Do not remove the R in Canada. I can shoot the ghost again. I'm going to get auto on my trail, or is there no auto in this version? The ghost still fired me. That might have been Welsh. I didn't understand a word of that. It's saying cow herd. Is this a cow herding simulator? Is that the idea? Are these actually cows? No, they can't be cows. I'm shooting them. They're turning into ghosts. I don't think this is Burger Factory. Do the ghosts kill me? Yes. Okay, so basically you have to kill the enemies twice. New game. Okay, we can play again. I didn't get to choose the difficulty again, so... What's the point in ducking? Oh yeah, I see. That just makes us right small, I'm guessing. Am I still a coward if I run away from the ghosts? What an odd twist on the formula. I can do. Oh, that makes sense. You can duck a shot faster than moving, and I guess you can jump it faster than moving too. So that's an interesting twist on the formula. So I've turned them all into ghosts. Well, that one's not a ghost yet. Let's wait. Oh, I'm still a coward if I run away from the ghost. Okay. Yeah, jump is the opposite. So it's just a way of dodging the shots more easily, because, yeah, your player character is quite big. This one might be one that I should revisit on the Coco, where the colours will be right. Nice that they've got speech, though. Again, it's just going to be all done with the CPU. No sound chip here. You can fire quite quickly. 32K was the voice samples. Ah. So the dragon by default is... Well, the ghost can go through the walls. That kind of makes it easy to kill them again. And I can't shoot through the walls. So does anything come to get me? Turbo speed? Oh, my score goes down. Or is that my energy? Oh, okay. There's a bonus tile in the room, but no auto that comes to get me. Interesting. So it's definitely not quite berserk, and I guess mastering this duck to move out where the shots. Yeah, that's a bit different. There are a few with voice. Ah. All right. Well, I'll play this game, and then I'll probably move on, because it's an interesting twist on berserk. I don't want to spend too long on it. So if it's a Coco port, then I'll have to have a look at it in the Coco at some point. But yeah, Android Attack. 1982. Again, 1982 though. This would be really impressive, I think, if you had this at home. So, play again. No, just get to enter a new name. So. Let's go back to the guest room. Do you have anything else for us move in? Because you've got 5 games to choose from. 5 games to choose for me, in fact. Not from. So, what's your 4th choice? Ooh, Chuckie Egg. Now, I do remember Chuckie Egg from the CPC and Spectrum. Very good platformer. Definitely going to be interesting to see how it ended up on the Dragon. I wonder if this one's also a Coco port or not. Oh. Oh. Let's correct you up. And Chuckie Egg is loading. Okay, fairly plain. Yeah, this was a classic. It was on many systems. That's why I'm wondering, is this going to be a port or an original version? It looks like an original version from the title screen. Nice. A game of skill for 1 to 4 players. Press S to start, I for instruction, I'm guessing. Okay. Pretty sure that's the Spectrum font there. But, okay. Yeah, these look like proper colour mode graphics. Cursor keys, get the eggs. Yeah, classic game, Chuckie Egg. As good as any single screen platform game you're going to play, really. Fast, smooth, yeah, you've got you bouncing off. Say no fall damage either, you can fall quite far without killing yourself, which is one thing all these early platforms seem to get wrong otherwise. The number of them have pointless fall damage, which really just is infuriating. Chuckie Egg was one of the games that didn't, and as a result, it was a lot better. So nice scrolling too. So yeah, this looks like a proper Dragon game to me. Now somebody's going to tell me it wasn't, but it looks like one. Because these are properly defined colours, not relying on any kind of artifacting or anything. Cashman was fun. I've not really played Cashman, so I don't know, but it's another one I'll have to look into at some point. There we go, screen 2. Well, yeah, if you've not played Chuckie Egg before, then it's definitely a game worth checking out. And this version seems like a good version of it. You have to get the timing right on your jumps. Okay. I guess I have to jump earlier. Not that early. Cashman is the same company as Time Bandit. Now, I have played Time Bandit, and that's a... Lifts are not my friend. Time Bandit, yeah, that one seems really good. I played that on the Coco. There we go. Finally worked out how to get on a lift. Sometimes getting on the lifts is tricky. I don't remember having problems getting on the lifts in the other versions. Does it give you less time to see the lift? I'm not sure. There. I can't remember how to even get there. This is where I meet my doom, I'm guessing. There. Yeah, I think you don't get any time to react at the bottom of the screen, so you've got to jump to the lift before it appears in this version. And I think on the other versions you get to see it briefly first. Still, it seems like a good port. Into my name, I didn't do that. One player. A mix of Jumpman from Epix and Chameleon from Toast/Jellico. Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly basic platform idea. Collect the objects, set of ladders. You could even argue it's kind of similar to Donkey Kong in that sense. And the birds eat the bird seed as well. So I think you only have to collect the eggs from memory. If you want to collect everything, you can do. Don't know what determines the enemy movement patterns. Watch Hayes hurl himself into a pit. Yes, that happens quite often when I play these games. Alright, well, we'll play this set of lives, which I'm sure will end as soon as I get to the lift again, unless I get the hang of it. And then we'll probably see what moving has to suggest next. Or maybe not. Uh-oh. It's like Bob predicted the future. Actually, I think we've seen enough Chuckie Egg. Otherwise, I'll spend all day playing Chuckie Egg. It's a pretty good game. In fact, it's a very good game. But yeah, I probably don't want to spend all day playing it. So let's go back and see what else moving has to suggest. Right, what you got for us? I've got a classic, the official Frogger. So I guess this one is officially licensed. Okay, I can always play a bit of Frogger. That's definitely an arcade classic. So yeah, okay, Frogger it is then. Frogger being Move-In's final suggestion. Bit of an animal and theme going on there, I think. Bit of a creatures theme. So, doesn't surprise me from Move-In really. Birds and frogs. In addition to racing games. Bob Stradamus. Right. So, let's load this one up. Produced under the license by Chronosoft. Okay, nice, clear colours, well defined. Oh, got the music. Keyboard or joystick? Joystick. So this was on the Coco too, was it? It looks good. Stops a little bit whenever you move, but I guess that's because it's playing a sound. It's got the little lady frogs in the holes. Okay, not got a jingle when you complete something. Okay, this seems like a respectable port of Frogger. Slightly blocky graphics, but they're clear and you can see what's what. Yeah, so I've definitely played worse versions of Frogger. It's always nice to have the tunes. And oh dear. The roads are covered in frog. I've never been very... Ooh. Not sure about that collision. I thought I was safely on it. Oh, getting that left one's always tricky. Why is the skull green? I don't know. I mean, it's a frog. Maybe frog skulls are green, Cam. Or maybe it's just we can only display these colours. I see it disappeared under me, didn't it? As it does. Let's try and get this one first this time. Doesn't give you much room there on the left edge. Then again, Frogger in the first place doesn't. Yeah, I guess you'd get used to it. But it's. I feel I should have really landed on the platform there. Okay, it's fairer on the box when you're jumping into those. Okay. But yeah. Oh. Not seen a little fly to pick up yet. We're doing alright. We're doing alright. Just one left, I think. There we go. Yeah, graphics mode 4 colours. In this colour set, green, yellow, blue, red. It's not the most attractive set of colours, but I think for Frogger it works. At least you've got green, and you've got blue for the river, and a log colour. Beyond that, oh, there was a fly thing, I think. Must have collected one. Oh, you got your gators too, and the bigger logs. Oh, hey Andy, welcome. Yeah, a lot of people seem to remember the Dragon 32. I think it's a little bit before my time, but it's interesting to see it. I don't know why it plays the music right before you game over. You think you're going to get another turn, then you get the game over. But yeah, Frogger. All right, so I think we had some good suggestions there from Movin. So that's Movin's 5 suggestions up there, which means it is time to create another guest. Yeah, burgundy. Yeah, the other set, white, cyan, magenta. The one that calls buff, that's really quite horrible. This one, I think it is. Right, FaceMaker time again. Male. Guest. We don't know the guest name yet. They can be fair. Let's see. They're large. They're not happy. That doesn't look unhappy. Bushy. Doesn't let you choose the colours, unfortunately. This nose is short. Round. That'll do. It is large. Okay, so you're not very happy, are you? No. Purian used it and would have looked better using the colour set Frogger. I think most things look better with the Frogger colours, to be honest. Is the guest bored? No. It's long. It's curly. Oop, let's pause it. No, we don't need to see any ears. Chin, okay. Yes. Ooh. It is long. And wavy. Oh, why am I pressing? I'm pressing the wrong button here. I'm trying to speed up. Okay. Yes. Bushy. This guess is going to look very silly. Long. It's asked a lot of questions. Oh. No. But yes. Large. I'm sure this provided hours of entertainment back in the day. No. No. You've finished the picture. No. Ooh, wrong keys. No. So, here is our guest. Owl maker, frog maker, cow maker. This looks unfortunately a bit like Rolf Harris, but that's not what I was going for. Anyway. Let's bring you into here. Just preparing. So, yeah. Right, okay, let's bring the guest into the guest room. I could have just... So here is the third guest. What's your name? What's your name? Your name is... your name is Einstein, apparently. Einstein. Okay, Einstein. What do you have to tell me? That we should invest more in science because these savage humans with their fists won't win the war for us alone. I think you're in the wrong game, Einstein. I want Dragon game recommendations, not war strategy. Do you have any for us? Ah, you do. Good. Right. What's the first game you have to offer then? The first game you are suggesting for us is Ooh. That sounds interesting. It's a game called Backtrack. Now, I've heard a bit about this one. I've heard this is a pretty good game for the system, actually. And one of the Coco, one of the ones that wasn't on the Coco, one of the Dragon originals, Backtrack, yes. This one seems to get mentioned every time I hear mention of the Dragon. So, let's change to our game view and fire up Backtrack. Let's also move this out of the way because that's in the way now. So, what is Backtrack? PAL has colour blend. Unfortunately, MAME doesn't really emulate the PAL colour blend. It does the NTSC artifacting, I think, on the Coco drivers, but not any PAL blending, as far as I know. Yeah, magenta and cyan, the two colours you really want. So Backtrack, Incentive Software, they're the same company that did published Moon Cresta then. Press a key. So use cursors and M for map. Okay, we've got some actually quite nice colours on the screen. Browns, orange, greeny, yellow, purple. Right, so cursors, okay. Oh, big animation. Donut Dilemma. I'll have to have a look at that one, Curtis. Andy says Time Bandit. Don't know if we'll be playing Time Bandit today, but we'll see. So, oh, okay. That is visually very attractive. It reminds me of the effect Aladdin on the Master System does on the backgrounds. Or a snake. I don't think I want to go next to a snake. I got eaten by a snake. That was a quick game. Oh, it does. Okay, it does. A bit. I did not know that. I may have missed that then. You have to time it. Okay, so when the snake isn't looking, I can get by. That was a dead end anyway, though. So oh, I can't go out there. Is that outside? It's a window. I can't go through a window. So it's to find your way around the maze key. Okay, I've got a key. Guess I now need to find a locked door. I really like the 3D effect they've got going on here. You've even got different speed scrolling on the outside of the windows there. I can't remember which way I came from. Is this one of those games where really you need to draw a map? There's nothing in here. Ooh, it is very pretty though, I have to admit. I wasn't expecting it to look quite this nice. Oh. Can I go around the snake? Nothing up here. There's a map you can find. I don't think it said M for map. Yeah, I've not found the map yet. Uh-oh, snake. How would I know the snake was there? Okay. I couldn't see the snake to time it past the snake. What are you in this game in M&M? I can't pick up key 2 then. I have to get key 1 first, I guess. It might be an M&M, or it might be an early 7-Up Spot game. This might be the prequel to Cool Spot. But oh, you can change direction. You can start going in the room and then go out the room. I see. So once you sort of walking through the door, I should have walked away from the snake once I saw what direction it was looking. That makes sense. I thought you could only move entirely into a room. But no, once you see the snakes there, you can quickly change direction. That makes sense. Oh, key 1. So that. So that's looking to the side. No, there's nothing else in there. Anyway. Do I just find the keys, or have I got to find doors for them too? I have to find them in order. I've already seen key 2 though, so key 2's near the start. Oh, there's a door here. That is a door. Problem is, I'm probably miles away from key 2 now, because I already saw key 2 right at the start. And clearly this is not the way I came. This does seem very nice, yes, Aussie guy. I think it's just a case of find the keys, avoid the snakes, and don't get lost. And the maze seems to be different every time. Oh, don't want to go down there. That's snake room. I can see this providing a lot of challenge. And people coming back to it. It is the one that gets mentioned every time I read about the dragon, so it clearly has a good following. I don't think it came this way either. I don't remember a big row of corridors in a row. I got my willpower here. Sneaking way before Metal Gear. Yeah, Metal Gear didn't invent stealth, did it? There were other games with stealthy mechanics before that. You're right. Yeah, I think you do need to draw a map if you're playing this, though. That's 3 again. I'm sure I don't want to be that down there. Where do I want to be, though? Not there. There's 2. Oh, you get all your willpower back when you find one. Okay, so I'm assuming the 8 limit is the time. 8 minutes is the limit. That's snake room. So 3 was somewhere. There's 3. I've not seen 4 yet, though. The maps get larger, do they? So yeah, this doesn't seem like a very big map, actually. You're right. What is it, about 8 by 8? Okay, so there's 2 long corridors going in this way. I think we've been down here, haven't we? That's the map, is it? Yeah, okay. Ah, right. Oh, the time goes faster when you've got the map up. Okay, that sort of makes sense. Oh, that's not my skeleton. Have we been down here? Oh, okay. Handy. The snake is in a dead end, as far as I can tell. I've got to find another key. Could be up here. Nope, that's another dead end. I'm the red ghost on Pac-Man. This is actually really good. I probably shouldn't spend too long playing it, though, because we do have plenty more to cover. But yes, I think Einstein has picked a good one for his first pick. I mean, doesn't surprise me. Smart guy with his bushy beard. Okay. Considering there's not a huge map here. Oh no, that's a snaky again. We don't want to go in there. I'm running out of time though. Come on, where's the last key? I should have marked it on the map. No, I should. No, I've not got. Must be like the only room I've not been in. Okay, I've gone over 8 minutes and it's still not kicked me out. That's the other snake room. Unless the key can be behind the snake. I don't know. Can you have snakes and keys in the same room? It's not a short game. Anyway, I think we'd better move on. It does seem like a very good game, but it was going to take me forever. But yeah, that seems like a really fun game, actually. I'll have to come back to that one. I can see why it gets mentioned quite often. Right. So, what next then? What next indeed? Revenge of the Alien Bongo Beast from the Crissy Crossy Lines dimension. That's a title. What have you been smoking, Einstein? Alright, we can have a look at that one. We can have a look at that one. Not in the same room. Ah. Hey Stephen, welcome. Good to see you. Thank you for joining the chat. Have you played on a dragon yourself? One of Stu Orchard's early games, the guy that did Return of the Beast years later. Ah. Okay, yep. Kouga software. Any key to scroll. Okay, oh, we've got a story. I'm not going to read the story because that'd take a while. I'm sure it's not that relevant. Well, 5 chapters. That's a lot of story there. Okay, fancy presentation. Black and white again. I'd guess this is not one of a Coco port. This is a dragon game. It's got some humour. Maybe I'll have to go back and read it later. Someone had one at school, and the C64 Specky BBC model at B owners felt sorry for them. Yeah, I guess that happens a lot. Instructions: destroy a generator. Okay. Destroy enemies, destroy vents, joystick. No, not the rhubarb. It's going to be a shooter game. Yeah, it's a shooter game. Right. It said something about other keys, didn't it? Okay, so grid-based shooter. Nice scrolling. Got some momentum on the movement. It might be using the proper analog stick movement, actually. It feels like if I push the sticks harder, I go faster. That's a nice touch. Probably another one that's suffering from not having proper diagonals on the pad on a modern analog controller. Oh, weirdest level names. Yeah, black and white and originally dragon game. It looks like, say, it's detailed art. And the art's this detailed in black and white. You can kind of tell it was meant to be in black and white. Oh. I'm not doing very well. I've got to look for some generator things. Is this you're saying this is probably from the Fat Worm Blows a Sparky universe, Bob? Ooh, there's quite a lot of enemies crowding me out too. So where are these generators? They're on the radar. If I look at the radar, I die. Because I'm not looking at the screen. Whoop. There's something here. No, that's more enemies. Oh, homing missile? If I had a different type of missile at that thing. Whoa. Okay, there's multiple enemy types. Yeah, this does seem very good, Edson. Oh, from my position. Oh, down now. Okay. I can see lines of things here. Is this them? Oh, this looks like them. Okay, right, that's them. Okay, right. And it automatically fires a homing missile at them. Nice. I like the way the bullets home in too. Any more of them? Oh, yes, another one here. Oop. Okay. I think I've lost them. Oh, I got caught. No lives left. Yeah, it's a bit time piloty, isn't it? Oh, a static TV effect. Nice, nice, nice. I want to play this one again, actually. I like this one. So we've got multiple enemy types. We've got these bases to destroy. Yeah, this is a nice game, Costado. And say, from what's been said in the chat, it is one of the Dragon exclusives. So how big is the area? Does it wrap? I guess it does wrap. Otherwise I could fly away from the things I meant to destroy, whoever. So yeah, kind of... Yeah, here they are. Okay. Not the most sound in the world, but I guess it doesn't really need it. I think I've flown away from them all again. I guess the enemies just keep spawning until you've cleared out these generators. If that's what... Is it like Gauntlet where they actually generate the enemies? Or is it just like ship generators? Oh dear. They generate the enemies. Alright. I'd like to get them all cleared. But if I don't look at the screen, then... It's not that easy to tell where they are on the radar, unfortunately. That's my only complaint with this. There's lots of stuff on the radar, and a lot of it's not the things I'm meant to be destroying. Here we go, that's another two. Is that it? Oh, this has gone all sinister on us now. How do I get rid of it? That's Stern's Moon War. And a bit of sinister there. Right, so I've still got this thing. Right, how do I kill this? Right, and get out the way of it. This feels... Okay, I don't know how to kill the big thing. The big thing is faster than me and kills me in a single hit. Sweeping arcs. I'll have to come back to that one. It seems like a really well-programmed game, actually. A good one. Let's see. Right. Okay, so... What next, then? What's next, Einstein? You say you've not got the Dragon box art for this one, but you have Spectrum artwork, and it's a new game. Deathchase. Oh yeah, I remember this one on the Spectrum. So Deathchase was ported some years ago to the Dragon. Okay. Okay, we can have a look at that one then. Hey, 6E. Welcome. It'll overshoot. Right, so yeah, you arc around it. That's definitely a game I'll come back to. That one I might play that on another stream actually, because there's lots of elements of different games in there. Time Pilot, a bit of Sinister. So this is from 2009 and James McKay apparently, and based on the classic Spectrum game. Okay. The sound effect's a bit loud, and we can play on joystick. So, the sound effects are a bit rough. But yeah, this is one of those Spectrum games everybody loved, and I guess as a result, it was a fairly obvious choice to try and port to other systems. You're chasing down these enemy bikers in a sort of very much Return of the Jedi type way. Avoiding the trees, because the trees will kill you. So it's an early into the screen racing shooting game. Obviously this is a more recent port, but the original was like 83 or something like that. Ooh, avoid the tree, avoid the tree. So yeah, I mean the Dragon doesn't have the same level of active community as things like the Spectrum do and the CPC and C64. But there are some new developments in ports, including this one. Oh, and we've got the My Eyes Hurt palette now. Whoever thought these were good colours? I know the programmers of the game don't have a choice really. These are the colours the system offers as an alternative to the green ones, but they're painful. That's better. There was a Coco game from '83 called Return of the Jedi. I do love the things with knockoff names. So shameless, but yeah, I might have to have a look at that one later. We'll see how we go for time. I somehow don't think we're going to have much time. I'm playing these for a lot longer than I planned on playing any of them. Okay, yeah, I mean, I was never really that into the game when I had it on the Spectrum, this one, but I can see the appeal. It's sort of fast, it's a bit different, but beyond chasing these things down and shooting them and going through the trees, there's not much else to do. It also does remind me it always reminded me of the tower section on Star Wars, but that was fully vector, and I kind of just enjoyed that more. Obviously not chasing anything down on that, but you're still going to the screen avoiding, dodging through towers. And I just always played the Star Wars game instead. But yeah, this seems like a good port of that game. This one is available on the author's site, I believe. So I might have to look there for this one. Hence why there's no game display in the bottom left on this one, because it's not in the software list. Yeah, the Arctic eye gouging level. I don't think we played this too much longer, because I think you've basically seen it now. It's one of those. I don't remember the Spectrum version evolving much. It just gets a bit more difficult. The enemies weave in and out a bit more from memory, and maybe the trees get a bit denser. I can't really remember. Shooting cyclists, but also having to avoid Ewoks. Yeah, that sounds interesting. I'll have to have a look at that one. I don't know if it'll be today, but I'll have to have a look at it, because I mean, this was always a very, Star Wars concept in the first place. Can I get through the trees? So it's interesting to see there's a Star Wars knockoff game that still tries to be Star Wars. Okay, game over. So, yeah, 3D Deathchase. Not a bad modern version on the Dragon. I think maybe the Spectrum version still looks a bit nicer, but the Spectrum hardware was generally a bit better. Anyway, what next? What do you have for us next, Einstein? Well, that's just the Internet Explorer logo. What are you trying to tell me? Oh, this is another one I have to download from the author's site. Okay. But why are you using Internet Explorer, Einstein? Have you not heard of like Firefox or Chrome? Anyway. Yeah, another one that we have to download. Right. So this, what's it called? Revenge of the Beast. Yeah, somebody mentioned that in the chat actually. Revenge of the Beast. Now, it's a demo. Okay, so it's still in development. This is a demo, apparently. The 6809 was the only good thing in the Dragon. A bit slow though, isn't it, the 6809? So let's have a look at what's on the... not cat, I'm not on Amstrad CPC. Playable demo. Let's have a look then. Not demo scene, demo. Playable demo. And this, you say, is the same author as the S Orchard. Same author as the other one that was pretty good. So. It's got proper music. That's kind of impressive. Yeah, less than 1 megahertz. Kind of makes all this music done in software even more impressive. Okay, nice. Okay, so yeah, we're good. We're very time pilot now. Smooth animation. Movement. Ooh, this is quite nice. Based on Time Pilot 84. Yeah, I can see that influence. I mean, Time Pilot is obviously a very popular game, and Time Pilot 84 was a great follow-up to that too, actually. So we're going through the different time zones. We don't have to keep matching fire. I can hold it down. That's nice. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected this from a Dragon. Very big sprites, smooth animations, and is this other than 32K? I think it must be. I don't think it's got 64K enabled. Yeah, good use. This is the 4-colour mode. Well, right. If this had come out back in the day, I think people would have been more than a little impressed. I think maybe the limited colours mean maybe it still wouldn't have won over any, you know, C64 owners. But if you were a Dragon owner back in the day, I think this would have been an absolute must-buy. Even if this is a demo, there's more games than some games have played back then. Yeah, this must be really pushing the hardware. It's not even slow, it runs really quite smoothly. And when there's a lot on screen, yeah, a little bit slow down, but not too much. So I'm guessing the enemies aren't firing at me or anything. That might be difficult to see if they were. I'll have to follow the development of this one then, assuming it's still in development. I was told it was a demo, playable demo. There's a 64K version in development too, with big boss enemies. Very nice. Very nice. I'd love to see these new developments on all systems. I mean, CPC has had some amazing games in the last few years, so has the Spectrum. And this might be a much smaller community. But again, it's clear that the machines are being pushed to their limits these days. It's always good to see what could have been, the potential they had. And, the whole development block. I'll have to have a look at that then. Just again, I guess there'll be plenty of discussions of the problems that we encountered just getting this to work, because I don't imagine it was an easy task. Yeah, the hardware is, from what I can see, quite limited. I guess this is all there is to the demo, just go around blasting and get a high score. Game over, puny human. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that is definitely one to check out, and hopefully we'll see the 64K version completed with the bigger bosses that you mentioned, Curtis. And it sounds like a C4 game. Yeah, it sounds really good. Again, there's no actual sound hardware, proper sound hardware. It's all done on the CPU. So, right, let's go back to our guest room. What are you going to suggest now, Einstein? Einstein, that appears to be the Firefox logo. You found Firefox? Oh, okay. I guess what you're trying to tell me again is this is another modern game that doesn't have any box art and needs to be downloaded, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. It's Flagon bird, like Flappy Bird. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I've got that then. Appear to have that. Flagon bird, apparently like Flappy Bird. To 2014. Yeah, it looks like Flappy Bird. It looks like very smooth scrolling. Let's see how it plays. Succeeded a recent 1 or 2 player simultaneous Tetris game, Blockdown. Again, I'll have to check that one out at some point. I'll probably end up doing a second Dragon stream, actually, because, say, there's an absolute ton of stuff. I'm probably not even going to cover half of what I planned in this one, because we're already 2 hours in, and I'm only on game 15. Anyway, okay, tap. Okay. Rank, okay, tap. Oh, I hit the top. I'm not very good at this. But it's definitely Flappy Bird. I'm a grundle. Yep, it's absolutely as frustrating as Flappy Bird. Okay, yeah. I'm not... Yeah, the samples seem good. It's got good... I mean, it's very smooth moving as well. It's just as frustrating as Flappy Bird ever was. I'm going to get nowhere in this. You're not very good at this, but you may do better than me, Evie. You may well do better than me. I'm terrible at this. I think the thing is, with this being in quite low resolution, there's even less room for error. You need to be... It's like pixel perfect Flappy Bird. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, people did try and sell phones for a ton of money just because they had Flappy Bird on after it was taken off the market, didn't they? Same with things like a PT on the PlayStation 4s. People do that, it's kind of silly. The frustrating thing is, I did make games very similar to this in BASIC on the Spectrum back in the day. Of course, they never left my computer, and the tapes were recorded over because, you know, when you're a kid, you don't really value your work. But very similar gameplay mechanics. Oh, I got a 7. That's probably the best I'm going to get. I think I just killed 3. Yeah, I should have played this on the Halloween stream, shouldn't I? Plenty of death. This would have been fine. Yeah, I don't think it's a very good game in the first place, Flappy Bird. But as a port of Flappy Bird goes to, you know, the Dragon, this seems actually really, really good. It's smooth, it's fast, it looks great. And it plays like you'd expect Flappy Bird to play. I'm not going to beat 7 though. Okay. So, that's Einstein's games up. Now, the next guest is something of a celebrity around these parts, in fact. It has to be said. So, we don't even have to make the next guest. The next guest comes pre-made. Next guest is none other than Cuthbert himself. And we will be asking Cuthbert for his favourite games. So his name's not Microdeal, his name is Cuthbert. But apparently he wants to carry around a Microdeal banner wherever he goes, so you buy their software. I don't think there's a Super Mario Brothers port to the Dragon with us. So, Cuthbert, do you have any games to recommend for us? Any good games on the old Dragon here? Be interested to know what you're going to recommend. Okay. Well, I guess, yeah, you did have your own games, didn't you, Cuthbert? Cuthbert and the Golden Chalice. All right. Is this one any good? Or are you just recommending it because you're in it? It's good, is it? It's good. Okay, it's. We'll see. We'll see, Cuthbert. Cuthbert and the Golden Chalice by Microdeal Cornwall. I'm guessing this is going to be imported or adapted from a Tandy game then. Oh, Hunchback. What's jump? Okay, it's just not very responsive. Yeah, it's Hunchback. It's... Oh, with snakes. This is a Dragon original. It looks like it's... Well, it looks... Why have they gone for this visual style if it's an original? Yeah, this isn't very good, is it? This is why I should not have invited Cuthbert on as a celebrity guest. I already looked at the software library, and he appears to be the Dragon's equivalent to the Roland games on the CPC, as in stars in many of them. None of them going to be especially good, are they? Reminds you of Pitfall. It reminds me of Hunchback, except not as good. Yeah, I think I died 2EV. Not even seen any of these spiders yet. There may well be more deaths on this stream after that Flappy Bird game and this than on the Halloween stream. Oh, come on. Why do these games have a habit of being just so utterly, ridiculously over-the-top difficult? There we go. Do I jump over it? Oh, there's the spiders. Cuthbert in the jungle was pulled from the shells due to being a bit almost identical to Pitfall. I wonder if we'll have that one suggested or not. I'll have to see. Alright, I'm going to give this one more run because this is just Hunchback with terrible graphics and ridiculously difficult jumps. And erratic speed ups and slow downs. But I guess not all the software on the platform was great. I'm doing a bit better this time. Spider. Cuthbert in the jungle was called Trapfall. But this one wasn't in America. So they're not all rebrands, reskins. Okay. So we've got to turn the spiders and the snake. Is it a snake or is it a it looks like a tornado, but I'm guessing it is a snake. And it comes back the other way. And I got hit. Okay. Cuthbert and the Golden Chalice. I thought that game was a bit rubbish, Cuthbert. Not going to lie to you, wasn't the best. You got anything else for us? Cuthbert goes Walkabout. Is that the Australian bar or somewhere else entirely? Is this one actually any good? You're telling me this one is definitely a good game? 100% definitely, absolutely good. Oh, okay. Not sure I trust you, but we'll have a look. We'll have a look. Think you might just be doing a bit of self-promotion here, Cuthbert. Hunchback 2 on the Amstrad. Yeah, that's not a bad one. I mean, it sort of expands on the idea of the end of the first Hunchback game, doesn't it? That wasn't in the home port. Hunchback. So, Hall of Fame is Microdeal. This one's better, it's based on the arcade Amidar. Ah yes. Amidar, Omome. Very stiff controls though. I have a feeling Cuthbert's only going to be suggesting Cuthbert games, you know. Just a good feeling here. A little tune. Oh, I can jump. And the top of the screen doesn't kill me, that's a bonus. It's a bit slow though. Does it get faster? I don't know. But yeah, it's just what these early mascot games are like, isn't it? They're never was this the same music as Time Warp Tick as in the Action 52? I'm sure I've heard the music somewhere, but I don't know if it was in Action 52. This is just too slow. I mean, it would have been better if it was something more, a bit more like Oh Mummy. At least you can actually clear the lines if you jump. You don't have to go back over them. But does the layout change on a second level, or is it just this? I'm going to have to complete a level and see what happens. Or try to. But since I think Cuthbert is going to suggest entirely Cuthbert games, I don't want to spend too long on any given one of them. Okay. Hey, there are no enemies anymore. I've hit enough enemies that there are no enemies. Oh, except now I only have one life. You have to be on exactly the right spot to go anywhere, though. Okay, that took far too long. It's turned into booty. I've got an extra life. And it's exactly the same. Yeah, I think I've seen enough of that. I've seen quite enough of that. It's not the best Amidar clone in the world. Do we have to ask Cuthbert again? Cuthbert, game please. Cuthbert in the mines. I guess you didn't fall down the mine and break your legs because you're still here. Go on then. What's this going to be a knockoff of? This one isn't bad. Oh, okay. More Moronians. Not bad. Yes, I mean, sometimes you do get alright ones with these mascot games. Things like Roland on the Ropes, which was Fred, was pretty fun. Don't know why it says 8 minutes to load. That might be an image problem. Doubt there's 8 minutes worth of data on this tape. Cuthbert in the mine. So we have Satan climbing a ladder. I guess I'm not playing. Oh, okay. Moderate. Is it stick? No. Oh, it's keys. Okay, keys. I guess I have to avoid the minecarts. Fine. Oh, there's a lot of them. I like the way the men line up. That's very like a little old Game and Watch game. Okay. Can I jump over them? Hey Anna, yes, Dragon 32. I'm going to go easy because there wasn't enough space there to do anything. Okay, I can jump between these minecarts. I don't know what Satan's doing on a ladder. I guess I get out. There we go. Satan throws stuff at me later. I was having enough trouble dodging all the blooming minecarts. I don't think you can jump over them, can you? You can jump over them, but only one of them? Oh, they knock you down at this height. Oh, that's not so bad as long as you're not at the bottom. So, why? The premise of this game makes no sense. Is Satan putting minecarts on the no? Satan just does that, yeah. I guess probably shouldn't have built a mine where Satan lives. Maybe that's the moral of this game. Actually, yeah, this one actually plays okay then. Oh, okay, just don't do that again. So if you hit a minecart when you fall down again. Okay, Cuthbert. Not all Cuthbert games are bad then. Very simple, but it does remind me of Game & Watch though, the way the octopus one where the characters are all lined up. Though here they're waiting to jump up a mine, not jump into the sea and collect treasures. I'm surprised there aren't more Game & Watch style games on the Dragon actually. Maybe it was a bit too early. We've got some fast carts in the middle now. Oh, yep, and there we go with a Satan fireball of, well, fire. Plays like Freeway from Activision. I've not actually played Freeway, so that might be another one I have to check out. But yeah, it's a little bit like Frogger actually, except the, the road crossing part. Have I got infinite lives? Because is that what Easy is? Is Easy infinite lives, or is there just a whole load of clone Cuthberts waiting? Or is L2 actually? Is that level? I don't know. Nope, that was it. I didn't see a live counter. Okay, so actually, yeah, that one's okay. Yeah, Satan's probably not the best choice of mascot. Cuthbert in the Mines. Okay, Cuthbert. That one wasn't too bad. What else you got for us, though? What else you got for us? It is going to be another Cuthbert game. Oh, okay. I figured it would be. Because, you seem to do that. Cuthbert in space. Okay. But not the same as Roland in space, I take it? No, not the same as Roland in space. You had your own space adventure. That's okay. What did you do? Did you meet any aliens? No. I'll have a look at your game then. I'll have a look at your game. Yes, the dragon Roland. Can we leave him there? I'm kind of tempted, although he did agree to come on my stream, so can't be too mean to him. Again, this says it takes 7 minutes to load, unless this is some weird custom loader. We'll speed through it. I did notice some of the cassette images were problematic, and I had to use the WAV files for some of them, but not the ones I played so far. So, Cuthbert in space. Select starting level 2. It looks like Joust. Well, Jetpack. Okay. I guess I can fire. Where's fire? This one's quite good and familiar until you get to certain. Yeah, it's very. It's not quite jetpack because things aren't falling down. It's very smooth. I give it that. The animation here, well, it's not much animating, but the movement is very smooth. These things are coming across at quite a pace. Oh, dear me. The dragon was caps only. Maybe dragons are just very shouty, Anna. I can't remember encountering any, polite, quiet dragons. Most of them really like you to know they're there. And it's probably why everything's so green as well. Because it's a dragon colour. It's like you will be. Well, not all dragons are green, but a lot of dragons are green, aren't they? It's kind of your traditional dragon, ogre, troll. What's going on now? I'll collect them? I thought they were going to kill me. I guess the ones going across will still kill me though. Yeah, it's not quite Jetpack. Okay, yep. Was this a later Cuthbert game, or did they get worse as they went on? Do I have to take these to the ship? Oh. Okay. It practically is green screen without a green screen. Oh, okay. So you could get lowercase characters. Golden Chalice map, the latest one. Ouch. Maybe they just didn't care by that point then, because that one was rough. So I guess I collect all these again. Not really having to use my gun much. Maybe I should be. Oh. Let's select level 5. I don't know if this is... Yeah, okay, a different platform layout. Yeah, it is a bit like Jetpack from Ultimate. Ashby Computer Graphics. Aussie guy. So it looks like this is just going to be the same thing with different level layouts, which are more difficult because the things that get you in there are the platforms. So... probably should just keep firing now. Unless that depletes some fuel. No, I don't think there's any penalty to firing all the time. But yeah, I mean, I'm impressed by how smooth this one is actually. A lot of the games are kind of slow. This one is, yeah, it must be 50 frames a second, that second movement. Interesting, it doesn't need the fuel. It doesn't respawn the fuel that you fail to get. Sometimes the characters do seem to vanish, though. I don't know, it seems reasonable. It's one of those that says 1 life left when you've not got 1 life left, though, which is... I prefer to say 1 life left when you can still die once, not when you can't die again. It's lives in reserve. Anyway, that was Cuthbert in space. Okay, so we'll go back. What's your final pick, Cuthbert? Come on then. You're going to tell me. That's just Donkey Kong, Cuthbert. Why? We've played the King. Can't play the King again. Oh, you want me to play Monkey Kong? That's not a Cuthbert game. Are you sure? Oh, it was released as a Cuthbert game on the Coco, but not on the Dragon. All right. Well, we'll play Monkey Kong. Why wasn't it released as a Cuthbert game on the Dragon? Short load of this one. And ow. How do we start it? Select players. Select level. Okay. Well, that's clearly Mario. Oh dear. You look more like the monkey when you're climbing the ladders than the monkey looks like a monkey. So, did this come out before the King? Because it looks like you're jumping over cookies here, not barrels. It's also a lot easier. I mean, maybe the difficulty's closer to the arcade game than it was on the King, but it's ugly, and also I don't think that's how the fires are meant to move. And definitely not Mario. Kind of has a Pinocchio look going on too. Ooh, this came out after the King. It's the only one that ran on the Coco on the 16K machines. Why bring it to the Dragon though? Or maybe it was cheaper. Was this a budget game? Oh, I don't know. Mario doing a backwards jump. Oh, sorry, they're not Mario doing a backwards jump. I think the problem with Donkey Kong is it really needs four-way joysticks, very precise, not analog controls where you struggle to get in position. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, of course you can't walk back over the hole. Yeah, I think the first Donkey Kong game was better, although the first Donkey Kong game I didn't get to the second screen on. The movement of these fires is just all sorts of wrong. Yeah, I think we'll move on. I think I know Cuthbert wanted me to enjoy these games, but we've played a better Donkey Kong game already. So thank you, Cuthbert. But no. But you know what that means? It's time to make another guest. It is make a guest time. So it's FaceMaker out again. We can have a female this time. The name is guest. They can be fair. They are small. They are smiling. Oh, no. The keys are a little unresponsive at times. Okay. They are thin. They are straight. It is long. It is fine. That only has 2 levels, so I wasn't missing anything. It is large. Miserable. With thick lips. Oh dear. I don't think anybody's happy to be on my stream. Okay. Partly. They have a square head. And very long hair. It is straight. Yes. Okay. Pointed. No. Yes, they do have a double chin. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, they definitely need a hat to cover up this baldness. It can be a a pom. No. No. So, that is our next guest. Definitely doesn't look happy to be here. Let's get her picture into our gallery. Hold on a second. Image. So here we go. Let's go to the guest room again. Let's bring the guest up, and there we go. Guest 5. What is your name, guest 5? Your name is Sally, apparently. Okay. Okay, Sally. You're familiar with the dragon, I guess, because you're on the stream. So, what are you going to pick for us? You don't look like that, no, Evie. You don't. Yes, I didn't really think this through very well, did I? I didn't think the person would look quite like this. So, Sally, what is your first selection? You don't have any art, so you're just going to give me a screenshot. Oh, okay, we can work with that. We can work with that. The game is Protector. Okay, Protector. Could be anything. Sounds a bit like Defender. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Protector. Coco made the 2600 and Intellivision version of Donkey Kong intentionally bad so they could make the Coleco one look better. This one is difficult and also on the Atari 8-bit and C64. This is using a different colour mode. Okay. So this has a very different look to any game we've seen so far. It seems to have 1x8 lines, kind of. I've picked up one. Can I pick up another one? No, I can only pick up one person. Okay. Those are missiles, clearly. Can't shoot those. I guess I'm taking back to base. Ooh. Base. Don't crash into base. Or that. We're starting to see why the Dragon was not a huge success. It has some good games. We did look at Backtrack earlier. It was really good. But let's rescue these little green men. I'm assuming I'm taking them the right way and I have to keep going. Because this seems to be base. Oh dear. I don't think I rescued them. Is this not base? Or I'm meant to fly inside base? Oh, move them to the city on the right. Okay. I was trying to take them back to base. Oops. 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 I like the visuals. I think it's a good looking game. That's the volcano, I'm guessing. Where's the bass? That bass? Oh, this looks bass-like. No, that's the bass I came from. Oh, lower them onto a roof. Bit late now for you. It's rehousing simulator then. Come on, there we go. So I lower them on. So I flew straight past where I was meant to actually put them down. That was good of me. If I kill everybody, do I still complete the level? That's a bit Defender-like because they seem to have a human. Oh, there we go. Oh, and the volcano explodes. Alright. I could get used to this. Base doesn't open up until all people have moved from City 1 to 2 or are dead. Drop people into the volcano. So there's quite a lot going on in this game. It's a bit more in depth than many of the games we've looked at. You've got a UFO doing things to people. You've got people to rescue and take to other cities. You've got multiple enemy types, missiles, a volcano that erupts. And I can kill people. Can I kill? I can't kill the person the UFO has though. But I can kill all these people. And myself. Yeah, I saw it pause briefly. So why was ever murder everybody? Is there any punishment for just killing everybody? Can I kill everybody? This seems more my type of game. This was not my job. My job was to protect. I'm a failure. Oh dear. Oh, I can put them down again. It says people left 1. Is that the one the UFO has? Well, I'm just trying to end the game. Where's the other person? Where are they? I don't see them. Oh, there you are. You're still on there. Yep, it ends if you kill everybody. That's not bad. I think that's another one I might have to come back to, actually. How does that compare to the ports? The C64 and the intro music was Solfeggetio by Bach. That was a big mushroom. Most of Atari Soft's Atari ColecoVision games were unreleased. Atari only released 4 games for the ColecoVision: Centipede, Galaxy, Defender, and Jungle Hunt. So if I play it properly, there's more to do. Anyway, let's go back to the guest room and see what Sally has to say next. Now, I think we'll probably only be doing the first 5 guests on this stream. Then maybe a few random games. We will save the second set of guests for another stream. So, you want a game called Wormtube, do you? Wormtube for the Dragon 32 by Hornet Software. This looks quite similar in the box art to the one we just played. I guess Sally likes her pilot games. So, what's this one all about? What's this one all about? Yes, I am a bit of a mass murderer, aren't I, Bob? I think I'm still sort of feeling the whole Halloween stream vibe here. I should have probably left the spooky display up. Wormtube. Okay, short load. Pilot name. No pilot 2. Press a key when ready. More semi-graphics. Oh yes. This needs proper analog positioning controls. That's so different. It's absolute position of the analog stick. That makes it quite tricky on the 360 button. You need a proper big chunky analog stick for this. Yep, I moved out of position and died. Shoot the large blocks, collect the gold leftovers from. To be honest, I'm having a hard enough time just controlling the ship because you can just move like this. You've got full range of movement just with the analog stick, but you have to hold position. It's quite tricky. I'm reminded of a Chimera beast in terms of it looks like a little insect eating things. Yeah, you want to be playing this on a big, proper, chunky analog stick, not on my miniature Xbox pad. Yeah. It's the first game I've encountered that is really like that. I don't know if there's a better way to map it in emulators. This is not easy to control. But it's nice to see a game that's actually making proper use of the analog input that you had. There you go. Slightest tap and done on the wall. Because you wouldn't get this on something like a Spectrum where you didn't have an analog controller. This makes it stand out a little bit. You know, if you made a Spectrum and you had one of these machines with an analog stick, actually you're doing something they can't do. Also, it's quite colourful. The fair numbers: centipede clones, missile command clones. So if we encounter any of those, I'll know what to expect. It's nice to see. There are definitely more deaths in this stream than most of my streams. I'm not saying something. I'll shut that one for me. I do like how this is presented. So I need to super concentrate. I guess I have 2 lives left. A little bit graphic corruption. So do I go slower like this? I think I do, don't I? No, you need a proper stick. So you can't even hit the diagonals where you need to go, and you have to move forward to move up there because I'm at the back. Alright, so it was originally called Wormhole. Not Wormtube. I guess tube makes more sense. You're going down a tube. But yeah, that's actually quite good, but very difficult to control. Very difficult to control indeed. So, I'm guessing you've probably got another flight one for us, have you, Sally? Because you seem to like these ones. Yeah, you have. What's it called? Copter Snatch. Okay. I think I've played this one before. I think I looked at this on a random stream when I just pulled it out just by chance. So I might be familiar with this one. We'll see. If it's the one I'm thinking of, then I might have played this before. More semi-graphics. Ah, so maybe Sally's semi-graphic. Maybe this type of game just suits it. That's a nice loading screen. Oh, yes. Very colourful. Very colourful indeed. Okay. I guess I can play on pad. Or not. Oh, that was a good start. Can I not play them? Okay, I can only play on keys. That's not bad. I'll work this out. Hold on. Okay, so it's scramble-like. The Dragon programmers tended to use the higher semi-graphics modes more often and a lot better than many of the Coco people did. Yeah, this isn't a look I associate with either the Coco. It's definitely more of a Dragon look. Maybe this doesn't look so good on the NTSC TVs. Look at this. This is again. It kind of moves in blocks, but it's rather smooth. I did play this one before, yeah. At least I think I did. Maybe it wasn't on stream though. It's kind of a bit chopliftery. A mix of choplift and scramble. Unfortunately, I'm terrible at it. Oh, I can't go that way. Can I land there again? A lot of this looks like the graphics they used at the start of kids' TV in the 80s. Yeah, it does a bit. I mean, it was that period. Do I have to land again to refuel? Yeah, okay, I get it. You don't get fuel by shooting fuel, which never makes sense in games, but is what so many of these did. So I have to land occasionally to get fuel back. That makes sense. So I guess I can go here and land. Ooh, try to land here. Yeah, this is why they don't let me pilot any helicopters in real life. There's a bit of momentum on the movement, which is apparently landing is the hardest thing ever. Yeah, choplift and super Cobra. You're right. Maybe more super Cobra than scramble. You're right, I suppose, with the if there's a knack you never figured it out. Yeah, it feels like it should be playing on an analog stick, maybe not keys. Once you've overshot, I don't think you stand a chance though. Unless you can land like this. Oh. Oh, you can't land like that. It's a good looking game. But so far I've not worked out how to play it properly. So a bit of luck. Apparently there's a stray pixel on the screen now, but it appears to be mostly harmless. Yeah, I think if you overshoot, you don't stand a chance. This is actually hard. It's also got a bit of Defender as well with the explosions, I noticed. Like the way some things have particle effects. I'm sure there are people better at this game than I am. I think I can't use that bass now. It's kind of addictive though. I think if you overshoot, you just have to go back. Nope. There we go. And then straight into a fuel tank. And straight into a bullet. And there are tunnels to go through later. Did Guardian work on the Dragon? No. Nice colours, very difficult. Right. I think we'll move on from that one, otherwise I'm going to get frustrated with it. But it seems like a very good game, actually, that one. And probably one I will play again. So, Sally, do you have another flight-related game? Maybe you do. Maybe you do. That looks like a passport. That's games come with a passport. Well, it's called Copter Patrol. Alright, Copter Patrol. You do like your helicopters, don't you, Sally? Is that how you lost your hair? Did it all get chopped off by a blade? Did you stand a bit too close? I'm starting to think there might be a story behind this. Anyway, let's have a look at what Copter Patrol is. The music in Copter Snatch reminds you of the Casio PV1000 Dirty Chameleon. I need to do a Casio PV1000 stream at some point. J. Morrison Micros 84. Oh, another colourful title screen. Requires right joystick. Collect passengers, take them back to base. This sounds very much like a Protector. Alright, well, we can have a look at it. Requires right joystick. Oh, no, it looks more like a choplifter. Oh, and it is. Yeah, this is choplifter, isn't it? This is actually just more plain choplifter. Again, it seems to be using that, what was it, semi mode? Turn back to base. Yeah, it's a straight up choplifter clone. Yeah, I didn't rescue, did it? Oh dear. Helicopter crashing simulator. I think these have all been helicopter crashing simulators, more semi-graphics. Interesting that so many of the games with these helicopters have these semi-graphics. I guess once one of them had done it, every other one had to do it to look as good. How many passengers can I have at once? There's a... Yeah, take that. 6 passengers. The movement's not ideal here. It's again quite hard to centre my helicopter. It's bouncy. Now there's nobody here to get in it. Oh, that's good. There's a lot of people on board my helicopter. It would be a shame if I crashed it right now. How do you have 10 people on a helicopter? It's a big helicopter. Okay, I'm just going to try and find the base again. It's good. It's got to wrap around, hasn't it? Hasn't it? Hopefully. Does it wrap? Where's the bass? Uh-oh. Yeah, it works well with chopper blades, you're right. Okay, there's no bass to the right, left. I feel this might be a mistake, but you don't think it wraps? No, I think I might run out of fuel now with these 13 passengers. It doesn't seem to be wrapping though, you're right. I would have expected it to wrap. Now... no way to refuel either until I get to base, as far as I know. And yeah, there's still plenty of people spawning. Where's base? There was a white pad where the base was. This is going to not help that death tally. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Oh well, I have just killed many people. I don't think we'll give this another one today. It is very much choplifter, but apparently it doesn't wrap. So what's using special modes? I know I see this mentioned Sock Puppet. That reminds me of the was it the Donkey Kong port on Coco I played before? Sockmaster, not Sock Puppet. So, I think we can guess what type of game you're going to suggest for us next, Sally. I'm going to guess it's going to be another shooty one. So which is it? Which is the final guest pick today? Tubeway Army. By Design. I've heard of Design before. Not heard of this game before. So, Tubeway Army. Yeah, I can fire this one up. Yeah, Sockmaster. Guardian is a Defender clone. On the Coco, you say? Hopefully I don't have the truncated rip. I might have the truncated rip. We will see. I mean, it loaded. That's a start. Up, down, left, right, laser bomb. But... okay. Joystick control. Joystick, you still need to use space to bomb. Okay. When you die, it does some beeps instead of what it should do. Okay. So I think I'm using the image that was in the MAME software list, which haven't been updated for a while. So I did find there was some images that don't load from the cassette images in there. So it's probably going to be the one with the bad sound then. Because I don't think they've been updated for some years, and they do need to be updated. Don't know how to start at the moment. Can I start it? Okay.
Player 1, go.
Player 1, go. Bit of speech there. We need to hold the keyboard. So this is straight up scramble. And it's using the more traditional mode, not the fancy colourful one. Yes, it's absolutely, completely, definitely not scramble. You know, even get the extra fuel for bombing the fuel, which is one of the most silly things in a game ever. But you can tell somebody had that idea and everybody copied it without really thinking it makes literally no sense. Here we've got the cave section here. So yeah, this is more straight up scramble. Seems to be pretty well implemented scramble, but it's scramble. So we are almost 3 hours into the stream, and these streams usually last around 3 hours, and I've covered half the games I'd got as virtual guest picks. So we'll probably do another 3 hour stream for those, the remaining ones. But I do plan on playing 1 or 2 other games before we end the stream. This is a bit easy actually, which will not be pre-selected. And then, so, is this the truncated rip? It just played an explosion.
Go!
Design. Yeah, Design made Dark Star, and didn't they also do some? I can't remember. And I've seen the name on quite a few things. Some ambitious projects for the 8-bits. I remember. This is not so ambitious. This is a straight up scramble port, but it seems reasonably good. I've definitely played worse implementations of Scramble. Rommel's Revenge. I won't know until game over. That won't be far away.
Player 1, go!
So, if it is the truncated image, I should probably replace some of these images in the software lists. I think it kind of makes more sense just to sometimes use the WAV files rather than ones that are always some of the ones that have been converted to cassette, because there's always room for error in conversion, which seems to be what happened with a few of them. Dark Star was ported the Dragon. Ooh. Don't think I've tried that one. I don't think it's one I played much on the Spectrum actually. Yeah, this is a bit too slow, unfortunately. It takes away the challenge. The main challenge I'm having is pressing the spacebar while holding a joypad. So
Player 1, go!
Speech is good.
Game over. Player 1.
It says game over. And play some sounds. No, I'm good. Okay, in this case I'm good. It was what was it? Something, was it something Mansion that was having problems with? The image, the cassette image. Anyway, so yeah, that was a straight up Defender scramble clone. So yeah, this is one I tried. Right, we'll say okay. So that's all the guest picks. We will do the last 5 guests on another stream. I don't know when that will be, but yes, that's 5 picks from each of these 5 guests up here who obviously are quite happy to share their faces on the stream. But yeah, we'll play a few games that of my own choosing now. And this one, I'm kind of not sure if it's a good dump or not. But it seems a bit to play slightly odd. This is Robotron, which is by Intracolor. I don't know if this is also a Coco port. But I'd say I always like a bit of Robotron. But the levels end really early, which is kind of odd. Yeah, a bit of Robotron. It still plays pretty well with dual sticks. I guess you use both joysticks on this one, which is kind of nice. I don't know why the levels are ending before everything's cleared off the screen. Robotag Coco game originally. So is this some unofficial conversion or what? Because I couldn't find much information about this one, to be honest. I just found a tape image. But it does seem to end the levels way too early. Two joysticks. The hooks aren't indestructible. Not a perfect port, but it's a very fast and smooth version of Robotron. I might have to play the Coco version then. So I do like a fun port of Robotron in any form. Unofficial called it Robotac. Yeah. There were many of these unofficial ports of games back then. Too easy. Same complete colour feed. Anyway, we'll play a light. It's quite easy actually, maybe because it's whizzing through the rounds. But, you know, it's good to see them go the dual joystick route. I know it requires 2 joysticks, but it maps this does actually map fairly well to an Xbox pad, obviously, because you just map the joysticks to the different analog sticks, and it's not too fussy on the diagonals like some of them. Yeah, it is a little too easy. That's what I'm finding with it. Hey, so yeah, maybe we'll move on from that one. Say it's a bit too easy, but might be worth checking out the Coco version then. One of these days. What else is in my unsorted list? Okay. I like the honesty on this boot up screen here. I have not done this game entirely correctly, and so the title screen is a bit of a mess. Yeah, the hook's suitable. It makes it too easy because you can just shoot everything on the screen. So yeah, this one gets points for honesty in the sense that apparently this is probably meant to display something else and doesn't. Got some music. Anyway. Orange Software Supernova. It's a bit Asteroids-like, but you don't fire shots. You drop mines behind your ship, and then things hit the mines and split up. And I did play this one earlier. Yeah, you can crash into your own mines if you want to. You can also drag them for a little bit before you release them. Or no, you can't, because that decreases your protons. Yeah, it's quite strange to see a take on Asteroids where you're not actually firing the shots, but you're just laying a mine. And it's actually quite tricky because you have to get closer to things or just hope they hit your mine at a later point, and then. This also looks to me like it's probably a Dragon original because it's using the high-res mode and clearly expects high-res graphics. Oh, see, I've run out of protons now, so I have to dock with the ship. Which again, I've got to dock with all these things around me and not crash into it myself. Oh. Uh-oh. Now, a bit of colour would help make it easy to see where your ship was, but obviously this mode doesn't do colour. There's a current Robotron transcode being worked on for the Coco 3. I'll have to check that out when it comes out, because that Donkey Kong one by Sockmaster is fantastic. Okay, it doesn't end automatically after a sec. So I'm kind of amazed somebody can write an actual good fun game and then somehow apparently mess up the loading of it. This one is a Dragon original, yeah, it feels like one. And it's got a certain addictive quality. So it's nice to see games that do something a bit different. You can only drop one mine at a time, but every one you drop does cost your proton meter. So you can't just keep dropping them and moving them. Defender, Pac-Man and Joust are recent transcodes. I've not played those, I'll have to have a look at them then. So I don't follow the Coco scene that closely. There's so many different scenes to follow. But it sounds like there's something I should have a look at then, because I do love to cover ports of arcade games on this channel, because obviously MAME started off as an arcade emulator, so a lot of people who are going to be watching these streams, either live or on catch-up, are going to be interested in arcade stuff and ports of arcade games. I do kind of like to tie things together a bit like that. And that's why I thought this one would be a nice one to play, because it's asteroids while not being asteroids. I do like the black and white mode. Most of the semi-graphics games other than Protector were Dragon originals. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, because I said I did want to focus more on Dragon originals on this stream, because I think people are more familiar with the Coco, whereas the Dragon and its original games get a little bit lost. I know quite a few of the suggestions I had from people were Coco ports, whereas yeah, they're very good ports, but I do like to look at some of these Dragon originals a bit more. So I think yeah, we'll do like maybe 2 more games. I'll start with another recent one actually. So this is Glove 2006. It's not that recent anymore, but still pretty recent. So change to side 2, file management, side 2, and load the rest of the levels. There we go. So the mage is the right joystick. So yeah, the 2006 James McKay, the same person who did the Deathchase one, I think. And yes, it's a Gauntlet clone. Don't fight ghosts. Unfortunately, I do appear to have started a 2-player game, so I will be playing as both players. See, the Dragon was clearly not really designed to run a Gauntlet clone at all. So the fact you have a very playable Gauntlet clone here, with all the basic gameplay intact, it's a little slow. Use keys to open doors. And obviously it's using the not very nice colour scheme, but it's not the worst because it's mostly a white background. I want to pick that up down. Oop. Don't shoot those. Playing Gauntlet with both players is sometimes a bit tricky. Get to the exit, there you go. Level 4. So that was the exit to level 4. But yeah, I don't think there are any games quite like this from back in the day, so it's good to see. Oh. Yes, it's a very neat Gauntlet clone, and again, it's a 2006 development, which is not recent by comparison, when compared to some modern developments on other platforms these days, but it's not a back in the day game. Just I think when you select one player, the other player ends up sort of AI controlled, because I did that when I was testing it earlier, but obviously this time I started a 2-player game, which means I'm playing both players. The original Gauntlet was 86. Yeah, that sounds about right. It wasn't one of the early games. It was... The other thing that annoys me about the original Gauntlet, though, is it's an endless game. It eats so much of your money, and then it doesn't have any kind of end. It's incredibly annoying for that. I mean, it's great for it. The original's a great 4-player experience, but the fact it doesn't have an end is just frustrating. But yeah, this is called Glove. I'm not sure why it's called Glove, but it's called Glove. And it's a decent take on Gauntlet, really, if you've got a dragon. The original Coco Gauntlet clone called Gauntlet. When was the arcade then? Maybe the arcade was a bit earlier. Oh, now we've gone into black and white. Not a very attractive looking black and white, I have to say, actually. I get it, it's dark, but this actually looks kind of bad. This level. Anyway. Don't shoot food. I can't see this. I guess it's meant to look like it's a dark dungeon, but yeah, this actually just makes it quite hard to see what's going on. Dungeons. Yeah, I saw that one was doing a bit of research, but I didn't play it yet. This is meant for more for the NTSC artifact, which doesn't work on the PAL systems. Anyway, it's not bad. Not bad at all, that, really. Should we have a look at one more? One more before we end the stream. Right. I think this is a Coco port, but it's a nice one. It should be. Now this is one where I'm having to use a cracked version. Tom Mix software, definitely not Donkey Kong on there. But this is Buzzard Bait, which is a Joust clone. Now note on the loading screen it says remove dongle. This is one of those games that came with a protection dongle. I'm not sure what port you plugged it in, but if you load the original non-cracked version, it will tell you to insert the dongle and reload the game. I don't think MAME emulates the dongle, so for now you have to run the cracked version. I don't know if anything else emulates the dongle. I couldn't find anything that explicitly said it did, but maybe I was looking for the wrong thing. But Buzzard Bait. Put it in green mode, because I think that looks pretty good. Here we go, prepare to joust. Again, it's nice and fast and smooth. But I'd be interested to know what it would take to actually simulate the dongle for loading the original, because it's always nice to be able to load the original rather than a cracked version. Probably just returning some values on a port. But got to get the egg. At least it's not lens lock. That is true. Lens lock, I returned games back in the day because of lens lock. It's like, it doesn't work on our TV. I literally couldn't do anything with them. That was a terrible idea. But dongles themselves, they are pretty annoying, especially if you're having to unplug joysticks and plug joysticks back in just to plug the dongle in. They're massively inconvenient. Not doing very well here. Gauntlet was in 85, yeah, so about the same year. They cloned it pretty quickly. That's tended to happen because once a popular arcade game came out, everybody wanted to be the first ones to have a clone of it. That game is over. That didn't last very long on that. Until the transcode. Yeah. Somebody should transcode Bubbles. No, nobody plays Bubbles, but that was a fun Williams game. Okay, I'd like to start another game. What's start game again? Let's give me another chance. Okay, clearly not just pressing nothing. There's no key apparently wants to start another game. That's interesting. R. Oh, okay, R. There we go. Somehow I didn't press R when I was hammering every key on the keyboard. I don't like it when games just expect you to press some key in the middle of the keyboard after everything else is operated on a joystick. It doesn't really make sense. But again, that's one of those game design lessons that I think we've learnt in the time since these were made. It should say press R somewhere, not rely on you remembering it. Okay, I said this is the last game. I think we'll do one more actually, because one came to mind that I remember looking at. But that will be it. So once I've lost these lives, we'll play one more game and then I will end the stream. And we consider these to be my picks as opposed to the guest picks, even though the guest picks were technically my picks. If you don't know Joust, you have to get above the birds to knock their rider off. Don't let them get above you, collect the egg. It's a classic arcade game. No survival points awarded. Yeah, it's incredibly addictive in all forms. Yeah, better have a manual copy protection. They still did that right into the PlayStation era. The code on a Metal Gear Solid that was in the manual, which every rental copy had written on the rental case. No. Wave 4. Because if you don't get the eggs, they hatch again. Luckily, if they fall in the water, that's alright. This game is so similar to Nintendo's Balloon Fight, though. I think this came before Balloon Fight, but it's kind of shameless, the similarities. Anyway, that game is over, and yes. One final one, which again is very similar to an arcade. Very similar indeed. Yeah, it's a pretty good port of Joust. It came from the Coco, that one. So not a Dragon original, but a good port. And interesting to see it does have a dongle protection, even though we don't emulate the dongle. So this is Storm. And the name Storm is a bit of a clue because the original was called Tempest. Don't need instructions. So select starting level, not 15. I assure you we don't want 15. Tempest with semi-graphics, yeah. Not much in the way of sound, but now I did find on level 15 it becomes basically impossible to play because you can't even see where you're moving. It just seems to drop too many frames. But on the earlier levels, it's a playable interpretation of Tetris. Tempest. Not Tetris, definitely not Tetris. But it uses the semi-graphics. Everything is a line. But you can see what it's doing. Yes. It's quite simple visuals, but it works for what they're doing. Again, I'm guessing this one is going to be a Dragon exclusive. But I'm not sure. Yeah, raster Tempest with horizontal lines for everything. It has got its own visual style though as a result. You're not going to see any. You can't. One of the issues is you can't really fire many shots at the same time. So if you've got shots on the screen, you have to wait to fire more. Now we've got one of those bad guys going right around the edge. I'm being chased by the orange one. You don't have the super zapper either, as far as I know. So 192 individual scanline pixels vertical, but only 64 across. Yeah, that would explain why everything ends up looking like lines. I'm guessing it's some sort of split mode too for the text, or I don't know. So I'm not that familiar with the hardware. So what's level 10? So you've got different positions here. You've got gaps in them where you can't go. It's not always clear where the gaps are and where the gaps aren't, unfortunately, because there's no easy way for it to shade that. It does make it a bit trickier. Did run in 16K RAM. It's a nice look. And again, say I like to show things that are sort of arcade ports, official or unofficial, on the channel, because it's just interesting to see the influence the arcades had, and you can't really deny this is influenced by the arcades. And I think I've played better ports of Tempest. The CPC one, for example, is fantastic, but still, I don't think you would have complained if you had this back in the day. You can print scanlines from the text characters, which you can mix with good effects. Ah, right. Yeah, the waving humans. I did wonder how that was working, actually, because everything was a line apart from the humans. Yeah, that makes sense. So we completed level 10. So it's a nice sort of mix of a mode. And used to good effect here, I think. You didn't complain, though. Yeah, Tempest working titles Aliens, then Vortex. I think Tempest is a better name, though. I mean, Aliens is a terrible name because it's so generic. Vortex, not too bad, but Tempest, yeah. Tempest sells you the game. Well, the visuals sell you the game, but Tempest was a better name. But, I think this is a fairly good one to end the stream on. And say, I don't know when the next part will be, because there's another 5 times 5, 25 games in the virtual guest slot. And then anything else I want to play. There are far more Dragon games than I expected there to be, actually. For a system that didn't have the longest life and was sort of blown away by things like the Speccy and the CPC and the C64 in the end, there's still a fair bit of software and quite a bit of original software too, so it's going to take more than one stream to cover everything I wanted to cover. There we go. So yeah, that was a bit of a storm. It's not too difficult, but yeah, anyway, so let's find my mouse pointer again. Yeah, with that then, I'm going to end the stream. So thank you to everybody who's been here. Say some new faces. Sixie who is obviously quite knowledgeable about the Dragon scene, and likewise Curtis. It's always good to have people who know about the scenes drop by the chats and share the facts, because with the arcade ones we've got people like Aussie Guy dropping the arcade facts too, and obviously making some comparisons with the games I've been showing here, which is also good. But say anybody knowledgeable dropping by is always incredibly valuable to the stream. So thank you to you two, and thank you to everybody else who's been watching. And again, I hope you've enjoyed seeing some of these games and maybe give them a try yourself. One thing I will say, if you're running any Coco game in MAME that's on tape, make sure to use the -ext and then two close quotes. So otherwise, to disable the disk drive, because the games don't seem to load if the disk drive is enabled. But that's just something to maybe keep in mind. You just have to turn it off. Otherwise, they're pretty easy to get loading. Most of them are C load M, some of them are C load, some of them are run. If it's a C load that doesn't automatically run, you type run. If it's a C load M that doesn't automatically run, you type exec. A few are more complex. We didn't really cover any of those. But yeah, it's a good fun little system, and there's plenty more to see from it. So hopefully I will catch some of you on the next one. I don't know when that's going to be, but thank you everybody, and good night. Take care.